What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, what we've been seeing over the last couple of days here from XRP, HBAR, and Solana has been absolutely fantastic, and they've all done something very bullish recently that I want to share with you. And so instead of making 3 videos that take 8 hours to go out, I figured why not just put them all into one video for you to enjoy at once. So if you do enjoy this style, I call it the 3-piece, please do let me know down in the comments below, and we can keep doing more just like this. But with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into the video. Now guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade some XRP and HBAR and many more on all the way up to 500x leverage, you can use that BTCC affiliate link down below. Guys, if you do sign up specifically with my link down there, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means if you deposit $3,000, they'll give you $300 back on the spot to start trading with, and whatever profit you make from that $300 is yours to keep, no strings attached. This is literally an opportunity to make free gains on a platform that's been around for over 13 years. It's getting better every single day. So feel free to go check that out down below and let me know what you think. Now, what we're going to do today is, again, we're going to be covering HBAR, XRP, and Solana, and we're going to actually be going in that order. Now, each one of them is doing something a little bit different, so let's just jump into the very first one and talk about what's going on, why it's so bullish, and what I'm doing now. Well, over the last few weeks from HBAR, what I've told you all rather consistently is that it's important that we watch very closely what happens in this descending channel. I told you all that these sorts of structures are some of the most bullish that you will ever see in the world of crypto, and it was my belief that HBAR was going to use this structure to get a push up towards the upside. I thought that we would stay in this structure for a set amount of time. We would then use it, break out towards the upside, and try to continue up towards 50 cents. And well, what we're seeing over the last couple of days has confirmed that we are indeed in this structure. That is the exact sort of structure that we're looking at now that we've got another move towards the upside, and it validates the likelihood that we will see HBAR try to make some sort of move towards 50 cents, whether it be now or whether it be sometime remotely soon. Now, the funny thing is, just about 5 or 6 days ago, while its price was in the green box, I told you, listen, this is where I'm buying. The reason being is because cryptos are very predictable in descending channels. You buy in the green box or below, you sell in the top 50% or above. Simple as that. And funny enough, back here, right before we saw this big pump from HBAR, I told you, hey, it seems like the bulls are getting ready to step in. And we can actually go listen to what I said there so you can see what I'm talking about here. Let's go listen to this really quickly. And we're in a good spot, and that the bulls will likely step in when the time counts to get us out of this descending channel. So what I was talking about in that video was like, look, the bulls are showing signs of wanting to step in sometime soon. Don't be surprised if we see HBAR try to move towards the top side, if not break out of this descending channel, and that's exactly what's happening. Now, awesomely enough, as HBAR is making this move, we're not getting any major overextensions on the thing like the daily RSI. This is currently only at 64%, which leaves us a ton of room towards the upside. You look at the daily MACD, and this bad boy is showing early signs of bullish convergence, which could mean that some sort of more macro reversal is on the way with a ton of room towards the upside. And then you look at something like your Bollinger Bands to kind of further solidify this thing, and you can see that we've broken back above the 20 simple moving average after hitting the bottom side of the Bollinger Band envelope, opening up the door for a push outside of this descending channel into the top side of the envelope. All very bullish things. So HBAR is showing some fantastic signs. It made this bullish move off the green box exactly like we hoped for, and now we're in a spot to where, although it's not guaranteed it breaks out right now, it's showing signs that it very well could be soon. And of course, I'll keep you updated as we do get closer and closer to seeing HBAR's price maybe either try to make that breakout or just flat out make that breakout. Now, before we continue on to XRP, I do want to warn you that what we're going to talk about for XRP and Solana may start getting a little bit complicated, okay? So if you are someone who is new to this whole crypto thing, you're just trying to figure all this out, whether you're a beginner or you're already advanced, but you're trying to add more tools to your toolbox, all that I ask specifically from you is to stick around at the end of the video. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you about what we're doing in my Discord server, where there's live streams, workshops, classes, and more that's generating the community hundreds of percentages and gains every single day. And I'm not just making those numbers up. You can see it's hundreds of percentages every single. This is just today, by the way, every single day. So if you want to be somebody who gets involved and starts turning your lessons into profits, all that I ask from you again is to just stick around until the end of the video. Now, moving next into XRP. Okay, what is XRP doing that's so bullish? Well, what you all know is that we actually were tracking the fact that XRP had already broken out of its own descending channel. It was in a descending channel from December 2nd all the way to December 10th, so about 1 week before making this breakout towards the upside. Well, as XRP's price broke to the upside, what we saw was a pretty strong rejection. We can see here that XRP's price ran into this topside golden zone of resistance before getting rejected back towards the downside. Now, since our last update, what we can see is XRP actually did something extremely impressive that I would say could set it up for possible growth to the upside. What that that was is that XRP's price came all the way back down and it back tested that channel again on the daily chart. So a more macro back test, meaning it flipped this previous point of resistance, this channel of resistance, into a support zone right here. And the moment that we got this close on top of this, you can start to see that bullish momentum started to enter the market. You can see things like the XRP RSI start pushing its way upwards towards that simple moving average there. You can see this daily MACD started to somewhat converge a little bit, showing early signs of a possible bullish reversal there. All of these things include, or kind of concluding that this was a successful backtest. Now, interestingly enough, as we have seen this backtest become successful, which does open up the door of opportunity to the upside, we've also seen XRP now validate the creation of a macro bullish pennant. A bullish pennant looks like, of course, a push to the upside, and then an equilateral triangle right here, which oftentimes, about 60% of the time, will lead to a breakout upwards. During a bull market, that goes higher to about 75%, but when you average in consolidatory moments, bear markets and bull markets, it usually goes down to roughly 60%, meaning that we have roughly a 60% chance of breaking to the upside of this bullish pennant now that we have 2 points of resistance and 2 points of support. So what this means, and what is so bullish about this with XRP, is that its price just broke out of a descending channel, came towards the top side. As it hit the top side, it created the top side of a bullish pennant, came back down, back tested a macro zone of support, flipped that previous point of resistance into support, while flipping that support zone created the bottom side of a bullish pennant, and then successfully got a bullish RS flip, meaning that we saw a whole bunch of bullishness right here, and right here, now putting XRP in a spot to where it has an over 60% chance of breaking towards the upside and trying to push back up towards $2.77. Now, obviously this isn't guaranteed, and if Bitcoin's price does go back to 90,000 or 87,000, it's very likely to take XRP with it, but this is just a very good sign to show that XRP is entering into a much more bullish period that very well may lead to some sort of growth sometime soon. So it's very good to see, and like I said with HBAR, it's no guarantee that we're going to see a pump yet. We haven't got those confirmations yet, so I'm not going to say I think we're going to pump quite yet, but we are getting in a much better spot, and this is a very, very bullish sign from something like XRP. Although I currently wouldn't be doing any buying while we are on this channel, I think it's at least worth keeping a very close eye on, so that if we do start getting this breakout, maybe there are some long opportunities there to start taking advantage of a leveraged push towards the upside. And similar with HBAR, I forgot to mention, I'm not in a spot where I'd be buying HBAR right now, just because we are in the upper, portion of this descending channel. This is resistance. I need to see it clear this resistance level before I'm confident opening up some trades or doing some more purchasing, because if not, that means it's coming back to the green zone, and I'd much rather buy there. So not buying HBAR, not buying XRP, but they are in very good spots that I think could open up doors for huge moves to the upside. Now, lastly, what we're going to go into is what is happening here with Solana. So what we can see is that Solana actually did something very rare recently, something extremely unusual. And what that was is that it broke to the downside of its own descending channel. Do you see how we had the parallel descending channel right here? I don't know why I said Caspa. Solana's price started breaking towards the downside of it here, but then it found the support on top of that previous point of resistance, flipped that resistance into support, and has now re-entered back into the channel, which is a very rare move. You have to remember, descending channels will break to the upside 90% of the time. Only 10% of the time will they break towards the downside of a channel, especially during a bull market. And then in the instance in which they do get this push to the downside, the 10%, about 50% of the time they re-enter back into the descending channel rather quickly. Meaning this only had a 5% chance at happening, but funnily enough, now that we've re-entered back into the channel, this is very bullish. What this means is that we have a descending channel with a fake out. And you must remember, if you get a fake out to the downside, oftentimes it implies that a breakout to the upside could very well be on the way. And so the fact that Solana's price not only flipped this previous point of resistance into some support and got all of these resets on something like its RSI, which went to oversold territory, and its MACD, which is now converging, it also tells us that we could be in a beautiful spot to where the bulls have stepped in and zapped enough bearish energy that it'll start opening up the door towards the upside. Now, it doesn't guarantee that we're going to do it immediately, but I am willing to bet that it is going to happen sometime sooner than later, and I think this is a great time for some Solana, even to be picking some up a little bit right now. Obviously, the best time to be buying was back here, and I actually was doing a little bit of buying Solana. If we go to Insights with Tyler, give me one sec. We got a whole bunch of chats in here now that I get a little bit lost in every now and then. Insights with Tyler, my word, I need my glasses today. But what you can see here is that I actually did go ahead and pick up some Solana right here. While its price was at $182, I told them my primary reason is that the weekly RSI is lowest in the top 15 and everything's oversold. Therefore, I'm going to be buying some at $180 right here. DC at $180. And what do you know? The price of Solana's is now up from 180 to now roughly 10%. So a great buy there. So obviously that was a bit of a better time to be purchasing, but still a decent time to be purchasing, especially if Solana is going to start trying to track its way towards the top side of this channel. There is a over 90% chance, now that we've broken back into the channel, that if we maintain here, we will get some sort of breakout of this channel sometime rather soon in the next couple weeks. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Solana here. And even if its price does pull back one more time, again, the likelihood of re-entry and breakout is very high. So we're in a very good spot for Solana. So overall, it follows suit with the rest. XRP looking good. HBAR looking good. Making very, very, very bullish moves. And I think because of what we've seen over the last few days, as long as we can maintain some sort of this momentum, it wouldn't shock me whatsoever to see them all breaking out of these structures and really starting to try to continue towards the upside under the right circumstances. But again, be careful. They are still at the mercy of Bitcoin, and if Bitcoin does get rejected hard back towards like $87,000, we might see Solana, XRP, and HBAR all start to capitulate a good little bit and start invalidating a lot of this bullishness. So I'm not by any means saying now is the time to go all in or start buying as much as you can, but it might be worth considering starting to either get prepared to do some trades if they can break out, or start doing some small dollar cost averages now, just in case they do really continue upward. So very good bullish signs from these ones. I was very excited to announce this to you because I saw like a three-piece, like all three of my favorite ones, or three of my favorite ones in the top 5 at least, are doing crazy good, and I wanted to share that with you today. Now, of course, as I did mention before, there's a lot that still needs to happen. Solana still needs to obviously break through this green box. XRP needs to break through the top side of the bullish pennant, and HBAR needs to break through the top side of the descending channel. So, of course, the task isn't over. The battle is not fully won yet, but these are great signs, and as we do get closer to all these breakouts, you know I'll be here updating you every step of the way. Now, as I mentioned before, and as I showed you, if you are somebody who is simply just trying to get better at this whole crypto thing, all that I ask from you is to check out our Discord server down below. The Discord server is called Tyler Hill's Crypto Vault, and when you join it, you're going to get access to the things that I'm buying and selling. Not everything, but a lot of the things I'm buying and selling, my advice and guidance and thoughts and insights. You're going to get daily live shows like Fridays with Frank, Crypto Vault Live, Q&A with Cade. You're going to get daily technical analysis reports, daily fundamental analysis reports, access to buy and sell signals from a professional trade team that locked in a 78% gainer today and a 40% gainer yesterday. Very good stuff right there. You're going to get executive insights and thoughts from some of our different coaches. There are 8 coaches in the servers now giving their thoughts and helping members out. There's TA to go, where you can request technical analysis. There's TA deep dives on all your favorite cryptos, live trading sessions, executive classes, executive only live streams, premium classes on things like, look, we can go here, premium classes on things like the Bollinger Bands, the Fibonacci's. I released one this morning that goes over my daily routine to create my market and investment strategy and thesis every single day. We have tips with Tyler, which are 2 to 3 minute long helpful videos, beginners courses that are 30 minutes long, 20-page presentations with cheat sheet and vocabulary on things like leverage trading, technical analysis, and much more, guys. And all of the things that we're doing in the server, all of the value that we're giving to the community is absolutely feeding them with value, is turning into absolute insane gains. 300%, 90%, 200%, 400%, over and over and over. So if you want to be someone who's learning all of these lessons, turning those into strategies, and using those strategies to make gains, you need to check out that link down below, guys. You can join that Patreon for as little as a Netflix subscription every month. Either $17 a month or $5 a month gets you in and starts getting you started with all the crazy stuff that we're giving them right now. There is an executive tier for advanced members, but that is sold out right now. Tomorrow I'm releasing 3 more spots, so feel free to check that out if you want, but do focus. I think, on the premium membership is a good place to start because there's so much there, so feel free to check that out. Don't forget about that BTCC link down below, and keep a very close eye on all these structures we talked about today, because soon, if we start getting these breakouts, man, we might have a much bigger pump on the way, but obviously only time will tell. So I'll be here updating you. Don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I can't wait to see you all next time. Peace out, everybody.